Contrary to popular belief, prison isn't always a place where creativity and ingenuity go to waste. Within the confines of its walls, necessity often becomes the catalyst for invention. In this exploration, we delve into the secretive realm of improvised weaponry, which serves as a testament to human resourcefulness in the face of dire circumstances. These makeshift weapons are forged from unconventional materials, reflecting the desperate struggles for survival and, at times, bold attempts to secure freedom. Number 1. Shank City. The world of prison improvised weapons. For a convict, the term shank transcends its dictionary definition. It is no longer just a mass of metal. It symbolizes power, control, and above all, survival in the harsh world of incarceration. The shank, a rudimentary knife or stabbing weapon, is alarmingly common in correctional facilities worldwide. It's a chilling testament to inmate ingenuity, molded from the most mundane and accessible objects available within the prison walls. The creation of a shank is a clandestine operation, a covert act of rebellion against the control exerted by prison authorities. They're typically crafted from materials that would usually be innocuous: spoons, toothbrushes, or pieces of metal scrapped from prison infrastructure. Even when prison officials introduce plastic cutlery and razors to limit potential weapon-making materials, inmates prove their resilience and creativity. Spoons, often smuggled from the cafeteria, are gradually and painstakingly sharpened against concrete walls or floors, slowly but surely transforming into a potentially lethal blade. Toothbrushes follow a similar trajectory. Their handles are filed down against rough surfaces, creating a pointed end capable of causing serious harm. The more sophisticated shanks, however, are crafted from scrap metal or wire sourced from various places like the workshop, the fence, or even the bed frame. These materials undergo a labor-intensive transformation, sometimes being heated using makeshift prison stoves constructed from tin cans and tea lights. They are then shaped and sharpened into a blade. The final product is often wrapped in cloth or tape at one end, creating a makeshift handle and giving the weapon a deceptively professional appearance. Shanks, however, are not only tools of violence but also symbols of status and power within the hierarchical society of a prison. Their possession is a sign of strength, offering protection against potential threats, and in some cases, an avenue to wield control over others. Furthermore, they have been associated with daring escape attempts, proving their utility beyond interpersonal conflicts. One notorious example of shank use occurred during the infamous 1987 Atlanta penitentiary siege in the United States, where Cuban detainees wielding an array of shanks took over the facility for 11 days, highlighting the potential of these seemingly crude weapons. Despite the sinister connotations, the prevalence of shanks within prisons is a stark symbol of the adaptability and resourcefulness of the human spirit, albeit in a grim and dangerous context. It portrays a reality where the line between survival and peril is as thin as the blade of a shank, serving as a chilling reminder of the lengths to which individuals can go when backed into a corner. In the unforgiving world of incarceration, where ingenuity takes on a whole new meaning, the shank represents not only a tool of violence, but also a dark testament to human resilience and the constant struggle for survival. Number 2. The zip gun revolution. Inmates' ingenious firearms. Prisons and firearms may seem like a disastrous combination, yet inmates have displayed remarkable innovation in crafting homemade firearms, known as zip guns. Zip guns exemplify the perilous convergence of resourcefulness and desperation, transforming everyday objects into instruments of deadly force. The fundamental principle behind a zip gun is deceptively simple. You need a chamber for ammunition and a method for igniting it. Despite their rudimentary design, these weapons can be incredibly dangerous and unpredictable. A common source for the barrel is metal pipes or tubes, often scavenged from prison infrastructure or broken equipment. The ammunition can range from a basic projectile, such as a metal piece, a stone, or tightly folded paper. The true inventiveness emerges in the ignition method, with inmates employing a variety of materials. Rubber bands and springs serve for mechanical impact, while matches and electric wires provide heat ignition. One infamous zip gun was created by an inmate using a metal tube and a broken light bulb. The bulb acted as an igniter when connected to a power source, while the tube served as a makeshift projectile barrel. Number 3. The toothbrush razor hybrid. Incarceration forces individuals to see mundane items in a new light, as even a simple toothbrush can morph into a tool for survival. The toothbrush-razor hybrid is a weapon of chilling simplicity, turning a personal hygiene tool into a potentially deadly instrument. Creating a toothbrush-razor hybrid follows a deceptively straightforward process. An inmate takes a standard-issue toothbrush and embeds a razor blade at one end, usually by melting the plastic around the blade to secure it in place. The result is a weapon that's easily concealable and disturbingly effective. The plastic handle of the toothbrush provides a solid grip, while the small razor blade can inflict severe wounds, especially when aimed at vulnerable areas like the face or neck. The toothbrush-razor hybrid stands as a grim testament to the extreme lengths inmates will go to arm themselves. It reflects the harsh reality of life behind bars, where even items associated with cleanliness and health can be transformed into tools of violence. Number 4. Molotov Cocktails. Flames behind bars. Fire serves as a potent symbol of rebellion and destruction, and within prison walls, this symbolism takes on a tangible and terrifying form: the Molotov cocktail. It may seem unimaginable that such a weapon could be created in a prison setting, but the resourcefulness of inmates knows no bounds. A Molotov cocktail is essentially a homemade incendiary device. It consists of a bottle filled with a flammable substance, typically alcohol or petrol, and a cloth wick that's ignited before being hurled at a target. Upon impact, the bottle shatters, causing the flammable contents to spread and ignite a large area. In a prison environment where obtaining alcohol or petrol can be challenging, inmates improvise. The flammable substance can be anything from stolen cleaning fluids to fermented fruit from the kitchen. Bottles can be sourced from various places, including discarded medicine containers, soft drink bottles from vending machines, or even carefully crafted from melted and reformed plastic. The wick is typically fashioned from torn cloth, often taken from bed sheets or clothing, and soaked in the same flammable substance. As for the ignition source, inmates use lighters or matches, which are either smuggled in or acquired through various means within the prison. The Molotov cocktail, a symbol of fiery defiance, underscores the ingenuity and determination of inmates, highlighting the stark reality of life behind bars. Number 5. The Crossbow. Sometimes the weapons forged by inmates aren't just formidable. They're a marvel of makeshift engineering. A prime example of this is the homemade crossbow, a mechanism reminiscent of ancient warfare, brought to life within prison walls. This weapon stands as a testament to the ingenuity of its creators. Crafting a crossbow within the confines of a prison demands a significant amount of materials, time, and a high level of craftsmanship. The body or stock of the crossbow is typically constructed from sturdy, rigid materials like repurposed furniture, bed slats, or pieces of metal. The bow, the component responsible for launching the projectile, is often ingeniously made from tightly rolled or folded paper, or even flexible pieces of metal. The firing mechanism represents a masterpiece of prison engineering. It typically involves a string crafted from unraveled rope or torn bed sheets, paired with a trigger system ingeniously fashioned from pieces of wood or metal. Despite the painstaking effort required to create a crossbow, there have been instances of such weapons being discovered in prisons, highlighting the persistence and inventiveness of inmates who take the art of weapon making to new and surprising heights. Number 6. Radio heater. Harnessing electricity as a weapon. Electricity, a fundamental aspect of modern life, can become an unexpected weapon when placed in the hands of prison inmates. An exemplary illustration of this is the hot plate weapon. Ingeniously crafted from radio heaters, this weapon represents a unique fusion of resourcefulness and technical understanding, demonstrating the perilous potential lurking within seemingly innocuous objects. The radio heater weapon is essentially an electrical weapon created by rewiring the internals of a standard prison-issued radio. The radio's heating element is modified to generate substantial heat, transforming it into a makeshift electric stove or hot plate. When concealed and used with precision, this hot plate can inflict severe burns, serving as both a deterrent and a weapon in conflicts. Constructing a radio heater weapon is a risky endeavor that demands a meticulous comprehension of the radio's internal workings and a stealthy approach to evade detection by prison authorities. Despite the inherent dangers, instances of these weapons underscore the lengths to which inmates will go to ensure their safety and assert. Number 7. The Chuco, cloth and soap weapon. Simplicity at its deadliest. Sometimes the most effective weapons are also the simplest, requiring minimal resources and craftsmanship. The Chuco, a weapon crafted from cloth and soap, falls into this category. Originating in Spanish-speaking prisons, the term chuco is slang for a homemade knife or shank, but in this context, it refers to a specific variant crafted from everyday materials. To create a chuco, an inmate starts by selecting a bar of soap, around which a cloth is tightly wrapped. This bundle is then soaked in water and left to harden. The result is a surprisingly hard and weighty weapon, which, when swung with enough force, can cause serious harm. The chuco epitomizes the inventive adaptability of inmates, turning the most innocuous items into formidable weapons. It serves as a stark reminder of the harsh reality within prison walls, where even the most mundane objects can carry lethal potential. Number 8. The Bedpost Club. A raw and brutal prison weapon. As its name implies, the Bedpost Club is a crude yet highly effective weapon fashioned from a bedpost or any sturdy piece of wood readily available within the confines of a prison cell. Amidst the array of improvised prison weapons, it distinguishes itself for its straightforward construction and brutal efficiency. Breaking off a piece of a bedpost or other wooden furniture within a cell requires strength and determination. Once achieved, the result is a formidable bludgeoning tool capable of delivering powerful blows. While it may lack the subtlety and concealment of other weapons, the Bedpost Club stands as a testament to the raw and uncomplicated nature of violence behind bars. Furthermore, the Bedpost Club serves as a stark reminder of the grim reality of prison life. It is a weapon born of desperation and the pressing need for self-protection, shedding light on the inherent dangers faced by inmates on a daily basis. Number 9. The Glass Shard Knife. A silent and deadly weapon. Within prison walls, intact glass is a rare sight due to its potential for misuse. However, on the infrequent occasions when glass does find its way into a cell, it can become the foundation for one of the deadliest weapons in the prison arsenal, the glass shard knife. Creating a glass shard knife is as straightforward as it sounds. An inmate who manages to acquire a piece of glass simply needs to carefully shatter it, selecting a fragment with one sharp edge. The non-sharp end is often wrapped with cloth or paper to form a rudimentary handle, and the weapon is ready. The glass shard knife is a weapon of deadly precision. Unlike other improvised weapons relying on brute force or shock value, it is designed for stealth and subtlety. Its razor-sharp edge can inflict deep cuts and puncture wounds, making it a feared tool within the prison ecosystem. The existence of such a weapon underscores the lengths to which inmates will go to arm themselves, often risking personal safety in the process. The glass shard knife is a chilling manifestation of this reality, reflecting the harsh and dangerous world behind prison walls. Number 10. The Rockhammer. A symbol of ingenuity and escape. The Rockhammer, though not a weapon in the traditional sense, has earned its place in the annals of prison lore due to its association with escape attempts. It stands as a symbol of patience and resolve, a tool of quiet defiance, and a potential path to freedom. Creating a rockhammer involves finding a sturdy, pointed piece of metal, which can vary from a piece of bed frame to a broken fragment of machinery or a nail. This metal is then affixed to a handle, often made from a piece of wood and secured with string or tape. The use of a rockhammer is a slow and painstaking process. Inmates must chisel away at walls, floors, or bars little by little, often under the cover of darkness or during times of minimal supervision. The rockhammer is then carefully concealed to avoid detection. One of the most infamous examples of a rockhammer in prison history is the one used by 3 inmates during the 1962 Alcatraz escape, one of the most famous prison breaks in history. This showcase of the rockhammer serves not just as a potential weapon, but as a symbol of ingenuity and the indomitable human spirit. Number 11. The Gasper. A silent menace. The Gasper, also known as the Garrote, stands out among improvised prison weapons due to its sinister purpose. It's a weapon of stealth and precision, designed for quiet, close-quarters attacks. Its name itself is derived from its horrifying ability to gasp the life out of its victims. Crafting a Gasper involves creating a strong, thin cord, often by unraveling clothing or bed sheets. Some inmates have even been known to use dental floss, braiding strands together to create a stronger cord. The ends of this cord are then attached to handles, typically made from pieces of wood or plastic. The Gasper serves as a chilling testament to the lethal inventiveness that the prison environment can foster. Its existence also highlights the ever-present threat of violence that inmates face, serving as a reminder of the silent dangers that can lurk in the shadows of prison life. Number 12. The Papier-Mâché Dagger. Crafted lethality paper, often seen as harmless, can be transformed into a lethal weapon within prison walls. The papier-mâché dagger exemplifies such a transformation, encapsulating a clever combination of stealth, simplicity, and surprise. To craft a papier-mâché dagger, an inmate begins by gathering paper, which can come from books, newspapers, or even toilet paper. The paper is then soaked in water until it becomes a pulp, carefully molded into the shape of a blade, and left to dry and harden. Some inmates further reinforce the blade by coating it with melted plastic or toothpaste, giving it a hardened exterior. The papier-mâché dagger is a deceptive weapon, easily underestimated due to its unassuming appearance. However, in the right hands, it can be a deadly surprise. The construction of such a weapon demands patience and ingenuity, reflecting the resourcefulness that inmates often develop in response to their constrained environment. Number 13. The lighter flamethrower. Transforming mundane into menacing fire, one of humanity's oldest tools, retains its primal potency even within the confines of a prison. The lighter flamethrower, a terrifying weapon born from an everyday object, serves as a stark testament to this reality. Constructing a lighter flamethrower involves modifying a regular lighter to increase the flame size or even to expel a stream of flammable liquid. This could be as straightforward as adjusting the lighter's fuel flow or attaching a makeshift reservoir filled with stolen or homemade alcohol. The result is a device capable of projecting fire over a short distance, creating shock and potential burns. This weapon commands both respect and fear, adding another layer of complexity to the already volatile prison environment. The lighter flamethrower serves as a grim reminder of the creative lengths inmates can go to for self-protection or dominance, effortlessly turning the mundane into the menacing. Number 14. The broken dinner tray shield. Survival behind bars. In the harsh world of incarceration, where danger lurks around every corner, even a seemingly innocuous mealtime accessory can be repurposed into a life-saving device. The broken dinner tray shield is one such innovative creation, emphasizing the importance of defense amid the constant threat of violence. Creating a broken dinner tray shield is a relatively straightforward process compared to some of the other improvised weapons in this list. An inmate simply needs to obtain a sturdy dinner tray, typically made of hard plastic or metal, and break it down to a manageable size. While the edges of the shield can be sharpened to add offensive capabilities, its primary purpose remains defensive. However, do not underestimate its simplicity. The dinner tray shield can be crucial in a prison fight, providing a barrier between an inmate and an attacker. It can deflect blows from a variety of weapons, reducing the risk of injury. Its size and rigidity also make it an effective tool for crowd control, creating a barrier that can keep opponents at bay. The existence of the broken dinner tray shield underscores the ever-present dangers that permeate prison life. Every object, even something as mundane as a dinner tray, carries the potential to be repurposed into a tool for survival. It highlights the defensive tactics inmates must resort to and the constant need for protection within the prison walls. The dinner tray shield is not merely a makeshift defense. It symbolically represents the ongoing battle for survival that defines life in prison. Inmates must adapt to their surroundings and utilize whatever resources they have at their disposal to protect themselves. The broken dinner tray shield is a physical manifestation of this adaptability, a crude yet effective barrier against the harsh realities of prison violence. What is perhaps most remarkable about the dinner tray shield is the resourcefulness it embodies. Despite limited materials and constant scrutiny, inmates manage to craft a defensive tool that serves its purpose and withstands the rigors of prison life. This weapon-turned shield is a testament to the human capacity for adaptability and resilience, even in the most unforgiving circumstances. The broken dinner tray shield serves as a reminder that in the world of prison, nothing is as it seems. What is a simple tool for serving food in one context can become a crucial lifeline in another. This weapon-turned defensive tool represents the complexities of prison life and the creativity that emerges from necessity. Number 15. The knuckle duster. Amplifying the fist's force. In the challenging environment of a prison, where physical force often determines survival, fists become the first line of defense and attack. But even a punch can be amplified and transformed into a more potent weapon, which is where the improvised knuckle duster comes into play. A unique invention capable of turning a bare-handed brawl into a devastating display of force. Creating a knuckle duster in prison demands an intuitive understanding of the physics of a punch, along with the ability to source and manipulate materials. The essential ingredient for a knuckle duster is a hard, durable substance that can be shaped to fit around the knuckles, increasing the impact force of a punch. Crafting a knuckle duster is a task that requires creativity, resourcefulness, and stealth. The materials used vary based on availability, ranging from tightly wrapped rolls of coins in cloth or duct tape, which add weight and hardness to the fist, to more complex versions crafted from melted and reshaped toothbrushes, spoons, or scavenged pieces of metal from around the prison. Creating a knuckle duster is not just about crafting a weapon. It's about enhancing the natural capabilities of the human body. The principle behind a knuckle duster is to distribute the force of a punch over a smaller, harder area, thereby increasing the impact. This weapon doesn't just hurt, it can break bones and cause serious injury. However, the process of crafting and carrying a knuckle duster also poses significant risks. Crafting one takes time and exposes the inmate to the risk of detection. Possessing a knuckle duster can lead to severe punishments if discovered, including solitary confinement and extended sentences. Yet the existence of such weapons within prison walls underscores the stark reality of prison life. The need for self-defense can sometimes outweigh the fear of punishment. Despite these risks, the knuckle duster remains a staple in the arsenal of prison-made weapons. It stands as a testament to the resilience and inventiveness of inmates who, faced with dangerous environments and limited resources, find ways to enhance their defensive and offensive capabilities. The knuckle duster's construction and use reflect a broader theme that resonates throughout prison culture: the necessity of power and control in a world where physical force often determines survival. A knuckle duster can tip the balance in favor of its user, making it a highly sought-after tool. The knuckle duster serves as a tangible example of how the confines and pressures of prison life can drive inmates to extraordinary levels of ingenuity and resourcefulness. It is a powerful symbol of the lengths people will go to ensure their safety, a makeshift weapon that carries both practical and symbolic weight within prison walls.